received a comment actually on social media, and I thought this is a good opportunity to clear it up, because someone said, why is it taking so long? Is there something fishy going on because it's taking so long to count these votes? Now, in Pennsylvania, the elections officials were not permitted to even start counting the mail-in votes until the polls closed on election night. They are now counting those mail-in votes. Is there anything in and of itself strange, nefarious, concerning that it's taking time to count those mail-in votes?
Certainly not that I'm aware of. We had a massive quantity of mail-in ballots, many multiples, maybe an order of magnitude more than we've ever had before. And election officials did a tremendous amount of work to be prepared to process this, but they weren't allowed to start until Election Day. And the process is somewhat labor intensive. So it is taking a long time. It's going to take the time that it takes. I saw the president's speech last night, and it was very hard to watch. The president's allegations of large-scale fraud and theft of the election are just not substantiated. I'm not aware of any significant wrongdoing here. Look, there are irregularities in every election. They tend to typically be very small and involve just a handful of ballots. And there have been some problems in Philadelphia, for instance. As you may know, the Election Commission has chosen to keep observers too far away from the counting to actually observe the counting. And my understanding is they persisted in that unreasonable policy even after a court order requiring that they allow observers to approach the counting. So this is the sort of thing you wish wouldn't happen. But is there any evidence that I'm aware of that there is significant large-scale fraud or malfeasance anywhere in Pennsylvania? Absolutely not.
Well, do you think more of your colleagues, you're a Republican, you're in the United States Senate, the president is suggesting with zero evidence that they are trying to steal the election with illegal votes? As you yourself just said, there is no evidence of that. Do you hope that more of your colleagues come forward and call out those kinds of statements?
My colleagues will make their own decisions. In Pennsylvania, unfortunately, it's been a little bit complicated by a Pennsylvania state Supreme Court that went rogue and decided to violate the U.S. Constitution, ignore Pennsylvania law, and just rewrite the law themselves. They have no authority to do that. And they extended the period of time over which ballots can arrive beyond the deadline. That's outrageous, frankly. Now, it's really important that those ballots be segregated because it is against the law. It is unconstitutional. And, one part of this process is litigating these kinds of issues. Now, if the president has evidence of fraud, he should bring it to a court. Let's get it out in the open. Let's litigate that and let's fix it. And by the way, punish anybody who did any wrong. In this case, I think it was the Pennsylvania Supreme Court that suggested that ballots that arrive too late should nevertheless be counted.
And
they shouldn't.
Yeah. And that's the position of the Trump campaign. The Supreme Court of the United States tabled the issue. They kicked the can down the road. It might come back up again. They are keeping those votes separate in case it does. We'll see if there are enough votes to make a difference. Senator Toomey, thank you for being with us. Your alarm is going off, which just suggests that maybe you woke up too early this morning. So we appreciate you doing that for us. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.